Have you ever felt utterly drained after helping someone? That's compassion fatigue, and it's becoming increasingly common in our workplaces. There's a dangerous myth that emotional intelligence can resolve all workplace conflicts. But what if that belief is leading you straight into a burnout trap? Picture this: you're at your desk, deadlines looming, when a coworker approaches, visibly upset. You listen, offer comfort, and maybe share a personal story. It feels good, right? But what happens when that emotional investment starts to weigh you down? Many people confuse compassion with emotional intelligence, believing they can shoulder everyone's burdens. This misconception can backfire, leaving you overwhelmed and resentful, often without realizing why. Consider this: you're the go-to person for emotional support. Initially, it feels rewarding, but soon your stress levels begin to climb. You start reading those interactions, questioning whether being compassionate is worth the toll on your well-being. Recognizing compassion stress signals is crucial. Ignoring them can lead to chronic fatigue or anxiety, impacting not just your work but also your relationships and overall happiness. You are not just facing a personal issue, you are in a battle. What if, instead of solely responding to others' needs, you prioritized yourself? Setting boundaries isn't just a trendy concept, it's a lifeline. A trendy concept. Imagine being able to support others without losing yourself in the process. It's not selfish, it's essential. When you take care of your emotional health, you become more effective in helping others. So, how often do you check in with yourself amid the chaos? Are you just a listener, or are you also nurturing your own emotional garden? Remember, compassion doesn't mean sacrificing your well-being. That means sacrificing your baby. It's about being smart in how you give and receive. Next time someone seeks your support, ask yourself, am I in a place to help, or do I need to recharge? Your well-being matters. Recognize those signals and redefine how you approach compassion. Have you ever felt that uncomfortable twinge when a colleague you dismisses your feelings? That's not just a rough day at work, it signals something deeper and more troubling in your workplace. You might think emotional intelligence is the magic fix for all conflicts, but what if I told you it's not the one-size-fits-all solution everyone believes it to be? This misconception could actually put you and your team at risk. Picture this: a meeting room buzzing with excitement, ideas flying around, and then someone interrupts with, "That's a terrible suggestion." Suddenly, the room falls silent, and you can feel the tension thickening. This is where the cracks start to show. The myth of emotional intelligence suggests we can simply talk things out, but often those conversations turn into battlegrounds instead of bridges. Ignoring this tension only worsens the problem, leaving emotional wounds that quietly fester. Consider a colleague who consistently brushes off your input. Each time, your frustration builds, but you smile and think, "I'll just communicate better next time." But when that next time comes, it's the same story again. It's easy to blame personality differences or a lack of skills. But what if the real issue runs deeper? What if it's a workplace culture that rewards superficial harmony while punishing vulnerability? That's a dangerous mix brewing in your environment. Let's pause to reflect on a recent project. You are fully committed, working late nights, but one teammate seems indifferent. They miss deadlines, don't engage, and their lack of accountability weighs heavily on the rest of the team. You try to reach out, but they just brush you off. This is merely a personality issue, it's a compassion issue. The uncomfortable truth is that many workplaces are built on myths about emotional intelligence, leading to a breakdown in genuine connection. As tensions rise, the team starts to splinter and trust begins to erode. You might find yourself wondering, am I the problem? But the reality is that it's a systemic issue. The pressure to maintain a fade of emotional intelligence often leaves real feelings unaddressed. So, what can you do? First, recognize the signs of a compassion void. Pay attention to your gut feelings when you sense conflict brewing. Embrace those discomforts instead of pushing them aside. It's essential to create an environment where vulnerability is welcomed. Start conversations that go deeper than the surface. Instead of jumping straight into solutions, ask, how does this make you feel? This small change can make a significant difference. In a world where emotional intelligence is often seen as a cure-all, remember, it's not just about understanding emotions, it's about recognizing the complexities of human interactions. So, the next time you feel that uneasy tension, don't ignore it. Lean into it. Explore it. True compassion isn't just about managing emotions, it's about fostering an authentic environment where everyone feels heard. Take a moment to reflect on your own workplace. Are you contributing to the myth, or are you challenging it? The choice and the power lies with you. What if I told you that emotional intelligence might not be the ultimate solution for resolving workplace conflicts? This idea could really shift your perspective on compassion. Many of us believe that being emotionally intelligent leads to smoother interactions and happier teams. However, there's a concerning side to this belief. Emotional intelligence can sometimes complicate matters rather than serve as a universal fix. Imagine this: you're in a meeting and notice a colleague who looks visibly upset, perhaps frustrated by a recent decision. You approach them with empathy, thinking you are being supportive, but instead of a warm response, you encounter cold indifference. This uncomfortable truth often lurks behind our assumptions about compassion in the workplace. So, what's really happening here? Emotional intelligence can create a false sense of security. When we assume that simply understanding emotions is enough, we might overlook deeper issues that need addressing. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a wound that actually requires stitches. Have you ever felt that awkward tension when someone misunderstands your intentions? You're trying to help, yet your efforts fall flat. Frustrating, right? This is where the myth begins to crumble. If we focus solely on emotional intelligence, we risk missing the unique dynamics of each person involved. Consider a common scenario: two teammates in a disagreement. In a scenario to a career team, One believes they are using emotional intelligence, while the other feels ignored. The result? A standoff. Both think they are doing their best, but that very belief becomes a barrier. As we dig deeper, it becomes clear that compassion isn't just about understanding emotions, it's about navigating the complexities of human interactions. Navigating the complex landscape of human relationships can be challenging. Miscommunication, biases, and assumptions often lead to deeper conflicts instead of resolutions. But what if we shifted our approach? Instead of relying solely on emotional intelligence, we could foster open dialogue. Imagining a workplace where people feel free to share not just their feelings but also their perspectives. The atmosphere transforms and conflicts become meaningful conversations. Here's the catch: this requires vulnerability.